Hey, this is Casino Mark. Just turned 10:14 a.m. on Saturday, March 27, 2021. And I just wanted to make a video thanking everyone for the incredible response that you've given me. I was not expecting this at all. In fact, I wasn't even planning on making a video today, but after what I've seen, yeah, thank you. Thank you. First, let me just say thank you. Um, okay, a bit of background. I mean, I'm sure that you already know the story, but basically, what happened, I made a Reddit post about the issue that I was having, and all that I was trying to do was get some advice on how to handle it. Yeah, I know my hair's messy. It tends to be like that. Um, so all that I wanted to do was get some advice, and admittedly, you know, get it all out there just to be able to talk about something I wasn't going to talk about here, obviously. But yeah, all that I was expecting to do was maybe get some advice and act on it, and that would be that. And then a user named Redditor contacted me through chat. Never heard of him before. He linked to his channel. He said he wants to do a video about what's been going on with me. And I'm like, okay. Um, I checked out his channel. I watched one of his videos. Then I was like, I replied to him. And I was like, okay, cool. I gave him some information and I said, if you need any more information, just, contact me about anything. And then I kind of forgot about it. So I went to work yesterday, um, came home for lunch, checked the internet during lunch, just usual stuff. Went back to work, came home yesterday afternoon, ate dinner. My computer was in sleep mode. I was gonna like check the internet eventually, but I just decided to watch TV in the living room after eating dinner, and that kind of ended up taking up my whole evening. One thing that I will say right away about me is that I kind of have poor time management skills when it comes to deciding what to do in my free time. Usually it'll just be the easiest thing, which means watching TV. Then I might neglect other hobbies because the easiest thing to do is just to watch TV. Especially if my pets are hanging out in the living room with me, then I'm kind of obligated to stay there. My computer's in the dining room. So I just was watching TV yesterday. Had no idea what was going on my channel. I was actually watching YouTube on my TV, and that's one thing that ever since I got a smart TV last year, and it's just really easy to go on YouTube. I tend to watch a lot of YouTube videos, even if I don't mean to. It gets addictive, kind of. You just hop from one video to another, and before you know it, your whole evening's gone. Um, anyway, then I started watching an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer because I'm currently doing a rewatch of Buffy. I'm on season 3. I got like a third of the way through the episode. It's called the Zeppo. It's a Xander episode. But anyway, I had to pause it for whatever reason, and I just decided, okay, I'm going to go check out some stuff online. I always just check a few sites whenever I log on, including Reddit, because I'm a moderator on a group there, and I just want to check in every so often to see if anything needs my attention. And I see that the the thread that I had posted got a response. So I went and read it. Haha, read it. Yeah. And so it said, it informed me that Redditor had made a video about me. And that happened a lot quicker than I thought it would. The turnaround time was amazing. I mean, I didn't think he would get it done so quickly. I wasn't expecting it. So I went to watch his video, read the responses, the comments on his video, and then I checked new comments on my channel, and I'm like, well, I was not expecting this kind of response at all. It's amazing. I had I had no idea that any of this was going to happen at all. Um, so I'm kind of overwhelmed. It's literally like the most attention that I've ever received for anything in my life, like ever. Okay, thank you. um, so I just want to make this video for new subscribers. Yeah, I noticed there are a couple new subscribers to the channel. Just letting you all know a bit about myself and the kinds of videos that you can expect to see on this channel. Um, just to kind of give you an idea so you can see whether you're interested in my type of content or not. And that's why I chose to wear this shirt, because I think, oh, video skipped for a bit. That's what, anyway, Sailor Moon, my favorite anime series, probably one of my favorite series ever. So I figured this best showed who I am. So yeah. All right. So on this channel, I primarily do reviews of stuff that I've watched, um, and videos about purchases that I've made, stuff that I've bought. So most of them are like just vlog style, like video logs, because that's just the easiest thing to do. And primarily, I just do a live stream with a webcam. I mean, I can't pick up the video camera right now because my cat's sleeping on it. Yeah, my cats love to come on my computer desk and just stretch out and lie down. My cat, you can't see him, but he's actually sleeping right next to my keyboard. Um, I have a video camera that I bought last year, and I've used it to make videos. My cat moved, and the camera nearly fell off the desk. Here it is. It's the Sony Handycam. But anyway, so and sometimes I have to deal with like awkward pauses. I'm not like the most eloquent or effective speaker. So when I got this camera, so I would be able to record. I can't. So I would be able to record videos that I could edit, and cut out like dead space and stuff like that. But I found that just for recording vlogs, it's easier just to live stream it, because even though there are awkward pauses in it, the content is available faster, and I don't have to import the video into my editing software, edit it, export it, and then upload it. So yeah, if you're ever watching a video of me and I sometimes struggle with what to say, that's just how I am. I mean, I took an effective speaking course in college, but I don't think it really helped that much. Also, if you're wondering why I put timestamps at the front of my videos, it's just for my own record, so I can know like when I recorded my videos. This kind of stems from back when I used to watch old videotape recordings that I made as a teenager. And I kind of, while I was watching them, I would think, oh man, I wish I knew when I had recorded that. So when I record videos digitally, I leave a timestamp in there. Now, if I'm recording with my camera, then I'll edit that part out because the timestamp is really just for my own record so I can know when I recorded something, because I'm just kind of interested in having records of when I did things. But if I'm recording a live stream, I mean, it might seem strange that immediately after I introduce myself, I just mention the date and time, but that's just for myself. You can ignore that. Um, so, uh, really basic stuff about me. I'm originally from Chicago, uh, 42 years old. I was born in 1978. I moved down here with my parents in June of 1986 to Florida. I was 7 at the time, and I've lived here ever since in the same house. Really, it's a mobile home with additions to it, but yeah. Um, and I like anime, cartoons, mostly from the 1980s. Video games, I'm not too much. I'm not like really a hardcore gamer. I had a Nintendo Entertainment System when I was growing up. I got some other consoles later. Some of them used, some of them used, and the most recent one that I got was the Nintendo Switch last year. So you'll see my Switch friend code in my videos. So if you want to friend me, go ahead. I'm not asking you to. It's there if you want to. Same thing. You might be wondering why I include a link to my Amazon wish list. I have a digital wish list, and let me make it clear that you're under absolutely no obligation to buy me anything or gift me anything. I'm not expecting it because I can buy my own stuff. It's just there if you want to. If you like the videos and you just want to show some appreciation, you can do it. You certainly don't have to. But just to answer the question, that's why it's. Um, Also, just for this one video, I have include links to different online profiles that I have, like different sites that I'm on. So you can follow me there if you're interested in any of my other online hobbies. I write fanfics. I have a blog dedicated to reviewing Archie comics. I'm a longtime Archie comics fan since 1990. So I have a review blog because not many sites pay that much attention to Archie. I don't know if Archie's kind of like looked down upon in the comics world, but I love Archie comics, so I do reviews primarily of comics. I mean, the site is called Riverdale Reviewed, and when it started, my aim was to review every episode of Riverdale. I certainly didn't get that far. I find that because I have so many different hobbies and I have to try to decide how much time to devote to each, it is much easier for me to review a comic story. Although I have reviewed every episode of The New Archies, that was a cartoon series from 1987. I have reviewed various other art single episodes of Archie TV series and movies throughout the years. And I want to aim to review every episode of Archie's Weird Mysteries, which is a show that ran from 1999 to 2000. And I really love that one. It's just that it's much easier and faster to review a comic story. Uh, anyway, what else? Oh, I read. I historically I have not been too big of a reader, but I've tried to get into reading more in the last few years. So I have an account on Goodreads where if you want to follow me, you can see what I'm reading. Whenever I make progress on a book, I update the percentage read. So if you're really interested in seeing what I'm reading, it's primarily like fantasy related stuff. So there's that. Um, I also, before I had Riverdale reviewed, I had another review site where it was called Hey Dude Reviewed, and that one is complete, so it's no longer updated. But I included a link to it too. Hey Dude was a sitcom that aired on Nickelodeon from 1989 to 1991. It was about kids and their eccentric boss that worked on a dude ranch out in Tucson, Arizona. Interesting premise for a TV series. I loved that show as a kid. Um, so when I found the DVD set and I saw the complete series was on DVD, I decided I wanted to review it on a blog because I had I had been reading other review blogs of a similar nature. There's Full House reviewed, Alpha reviews, Saved by the Bell reviewed, which is no longer online, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm a big Saved by the Bell fan as well. Uh, so I decided to do Hey Dude reviewed. And after that was done, I decided to do Riverdale reviewed, even though I primarily don't review Riverdale, I review the comic stories. Uh, so there's that if you want to check it out. And then this is one of just YouTubing is one of my many hobbies. Some some might think maybe I have too many hobbies. Sometimes I think so because if I have so many hobbies, then it's difficult trying to balance all of them. I might fall behind on one, which I'm falling behind only based on my own self-imposed schedule because all of this I'm just doing for fun anyway. Yeah, this YouTube channel, it's for fun. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking about stuff that I've watched, showing off stuff that I've bought, showing off my pets whenever they feel like coming in front of the camera. In fact, hang on. This is Lucky. He is my pet chihuahua. We got him at a shelter back in April of 2017, I believe. So I've had him for almost 4 years now, and they estimated he was around 4 years old when we got him, so he's around 8 now. Um, Even though I was the one that officially adopted him, it was my mother's idea. She had she had been checking the shelter's website every so often, hoping to find a chihuahua, because for over 30 years before that, ever since she lived in Chicago, she was originally from Poland. She moved to Chicago back in 1976, I believe. I'm not sure. I think 2 years before I was born. But ever since she saw someone with a Chihuahua back in Chicago, and it was her dream to get a Chihuahua of her own, and she finally did. So his name is Lucky. She decided to name him Lucky because she said she thought, he's lucky to have us, but also she was lucky to have him. So Lucky is energetic, and he's a fun guy. Sometimes he's the kind of dog that if he hears any kind of sound, any kind of disturbance, especially if it's another dog barking somewhere, he'll immediately start barking, and he'll get so excited he'll start barking, and you just kind of wait for him to finish. Uh, but yeah, whenever I'm sitting here in front of the computer, I've got his bed on the floor next to my chair. He just hangs out here with me. And if I'm watching TV in the living room, bring his bed over there, and he sits there with me. Um, okay. So, and my cat Coco, which if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see him. He's currently plopped down here right next to my keyboard, and I have another cat. I don't know where she is at the moment, named Hermione. Yeah, Hermione Granger is her full name. So Coco, I got in December of 2018. So he's like a little over 2 years old at this point. Hermione was a few months old when I got her last October. So she's still not even a year old. If she comes into a room while I'm doing this video, I'll show her off to you, but you can see her in my other videos if you want to. Okay, so that's basically it about me. I'm just a guy, um, fan of stuff, but I'm not a I'm not a nerd, and I don't want to like I'm not putting down nerds. If you consider yourself a nerd, great. I just my approach to stuff is I watch it, I might like it, might dislike it, but I don't really get into like researching and discussing like details of stuff that I watch so much. I don't really like nerd out on things. I watch it. If I like it, it's like okay, cool, I like it. Might record a video saying why I liked it, but I probably won't go too in depth about anything. Um, it's just that if I like something, I like something. I might tell you why. Um, but yeah, I'm not. See, sometimes I have difficulty trying to get my thoughts out, but yeah, it's like I like stuff. I'm just not like an uber fan of anything really. The Even though Sailor Moon, like for example, Sailor Moon is my favorite anime. I don't know every single detail about it. I don't debate stuff with Sailor Moon fans because generally speaking, I don't go too deep with anything. Um, I don't discuss like transformations, the clothes that the characters are wearing, which I know I'm into a lot of, you know, supposedly girly stuff. I just tend to prefer female protagonists. And I found that a large part of those types of fandoms are discussing clothes and hairstyles and stuff like that. And that kind of stuff just goes like over my head. I just don't consider that stuff too important. I don't really take notice of, oh, character so and so is wearing this during this transformation and change clothes for one season to the next, and now she's wearing this. I just that whenever I watch something, I tend to certain things tend to stick with me, while other things just I immediately forget about. I'm like, it's like, okay, I like the characters, don't much care what they're wearing. um, Also, if I'm watching something and there might be certain characters that I take a liking to and I really enjoy, and others I can just as easily do without. So I don't really care too much about them. So that's kind of my approach to fandom. I don't like getting pulled into debates. I don't. Yeah, I just watch stuff and read stuff to enjoy it if I do enjoy it, and I record videos about it to share in case someone's interested in what I have to say, just to get my own thoughts about it out there. I just that's about the extent of that. I primarily, as far as music, I'm primarily into like pop, maybe a bit of rock, but I'm not like into heavy metal or rap or anything like that. Mostly it's like female oriented pop music. Um, for example, Taylor Swift, uh, soundtrack to Disney's Ice Princess, Girls Rock, it's a compilation album. Um, Recently got into an old band or a girl group from the 2000s called No Secrets. Dua Lipa. You get the idea. That's primarily what I'm into. I like music from the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, but didn't really get into music really until the 90s. And so I got into 80s music back in the 90s. Doesn't mean I don't like music from after that. In fact, I do like quite a bit of music from after that, but I would say my overall favorite artist is Belinda Carlisle. So, yeah. Anime, Sailor Moon, obviously. You can see me doing vlogs about various anime purchases that I've made, so you can get kind of an idea of what I'm into. Um, Bubblegum Crisis is another one that I've recently been revisiting. Uh, I think one of my first animes ever was Vampire Hunter D, the original one. I like the Vision of Escaflowne. I've watched Gundam, but I have kind of a Gundam conundrum because some of it is like really depressing and characters get killed off, and I I don't like seeing that. I mean, I've certainly got a lot of Gundam on DVD, but sometimes watching it is emotionally draining. So I haven't been into Gundam too much recently. I like reading Archie comics, um, cartoon series from the 80s. The only one that I'm really a super fan of, or at least I used to be, is a show called Captain and the Game Master. It was based on Nintendo games. It was designed to sell Nintendo games. It ran from 1989 to 1992. Sorry. And I used to have a Captain N website back in the day. In fact, it's still online, but I haven't updated it in years. I created a Captain N wiki, and a fandom such as it is, there's not much of a Captain N fandom these days, but that's where the information about the show tends to be updated. It's at captain.fandom.com. Um, yeah, that's primarily what I was known for early on the internet. I first got on the internet in September of 1996. About a year after I got my first computer, and now I'm on computer number 5. But yeah, when I got on the internet, I tried to find Captain N information. There wasn't really any, so I thought I'd make my own website. So I created the unofficial Captain N homepage, and it basically that started up the online Captain N fandom. Uh, I was a teenager at the time, and I was kind of, I was a bit of a freak, and I wasn't all too nice. So I mismanaged it, and the fandom, it got so out of control. And there was like a competing website, and then a third website as an alternative to both our websites, because the webmaster of the other website was also kind of a control freak, not to the extent that I was, or no, I should say more than I was, because he had all of these weird rules and a fetish for cows, and it was bizarre. If you really want to dig deep into the history of the Captain N internet fandom, it's like, oh boy. Uh, but yeah, the Captain N fandom is pretty much dead these days, so that's all behind me. I don't even write Captain N fanfics anymore. But so I'm kind of, for a long time, older people on the internet, I'm kind of infamous. But these days, I just write fanfics for fun if I feel like I have an interesting idea, and I just vlog on YouTube. I am I have started a podcast related to a video game called Maniac Mansion. It was a computer game from 1987, possibly best known for its 1990 port to the Nintendo Entertainment System. I loved playing it when I was a teenager, so I decided to do a podcast. Want to make it a monthly thing. First episode is on my channel, and you can also look it up on Spotify. And yeah, it's just going to be a monthly podcast devoted to different aspects of the video game. Um, yeah, so if you want to check that out, this isn't primarily going to be a gaming channel. I mean, I'm a gamer, but I'm not a huge gamer. Um, Also, I but I just said that, but I do want to get into live streaming some let's plays, like just some videos of me casually gaming. I've been looking into how to set that up, and it's probably going to be on Twitch. So when that's set up, I'll make a video announcing it. Uh, it'll, uh, I have a Nintendo Entertainment System that I got. I believe it was back on November 3rd, 1990. That was my first gaming console ever. My brother had sent me a check for my birthday. Um, so we considered, my parents and I went to Walmart. We considered getting me a Game Boy first, but my mom thought it would be bad for my eyesight. We eventually got an Nintendo Entertainment System with this Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt cartridge. And I've been a gamer ever since. I still have the original console and most of my original game cartridges. But the console, if you know anything about the Nintendo Entertainment System, it's a weird thing where you have to stick it in the slot, press down, and the spring has worn down over the years, and It makes it difficult for the game to connect, so you can't really play it. I mean, if you connect it to a game Genie and then press the whole thing in there, it might work, but it's probably been over a decade since I've tried it. I mean, it did work the last time that I used it, but I'm probably going to have to get one of those. I forget what it's called. RES Retro or something like that. It's like $30 on Amazon. I'll probably order one of those, and then I'll set up a live stream. And just if you're interested, you can watch me casually play Nintendo games. I mean, I'm not a very good video gamer. I just completed Pokemon Sword on the Switch 2 days ago, but overall, I'm not a skilled gamer. But if you want to watch me play like Super Mario Brothers or Tetris or Zelda or whatever, you can look forward to that, I guess. Um, is there anything else I really want to let people know in this video? I think that's about it. So uh, Coco. Coco's asleep. I really don't want to disturb him. I thought maybe I could get him to show himself off for you guys. Uh, but anyway, so I think I'll wrap this up. I just want to thank you all again. Never expected this kind of response, like not even my wildest dreams. Personally, I think I'm kind of undeserving of it. I mean, in real life, I'm kind of rigid and non-personable. I don't really enjoy talking to people in real life, but you know, thank you for the response. And if you enjoy just these kinds of casual videos, like casual gaming, casually talking about stuff, and then stick around if you want to. Anyway, 10:51 a.m. Okay, so wow, this went on way longer than I expected, but anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching.